All right, today we got a little bit of a special video. I got a FLIR infrared camera from FLIR ONE EDGE, infrared camera based on some online reviews and stuff. This seemed to be the best option. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my iPhone and I'm going to record the screen on it and place it here on the right here over top of Snoopy on the screen while I set it up. Only thing I have done is install the app. I didn't even launch the app. So you're going to see everything from the beginning to the end. And if I have problems, you're going to see those also. So here's what we're going to do is we're going to start, I'm going to start my phone app right now so that I can do the countdown, and that way I can synchronize things up and my voice will align with the video from my phone. And it is counting down, and it started recording. Okay, so here's what the directions say to do. They say to install the app, which I have done, and then it says to attach the app to the camera in the back of your phone, which I'm not sure exactly. Oh, I see. All right, so we'll do that. We'll attach that back here. I'm assuming this is what they mean. Wow, that's good and tight, though. I wouldn't have expected it to be that tight, but it is a good, I mean, a really good fit. That's really nice. And then you have to attach in the back of the mobile device, pulling out the arm and blah, 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 blah. Turn on the FLIR ONE camera, hold the on-off button. Now, I did charge this before we started so that it wouldn't be dead on us when we got to this point, but I did not turn it on yet either. So I'm going to push and hold, and it said it will come on, and then it'll take about until the LED starts flashing, loading. The camera will boot up, and it will take a series of about 20 seconds for it to start. So you can see it actually scrolling through the loading cycle here, and that probably right there means that it is loaded. All right, so now with the phone app, as you can see, I've just got it on the basic screen here. I am going to go into the FLIR ONE and start the FLIR ONE app at the mobile device. App will guide you through setting it up. All right, so let's see what we got here. Yeah. I understand. I don't need a sell speech. I need an installation. All right, so this is the one that we have. It says the FLIR ONE EDGE or the FLIR ONE. This does say that I have the Edge, so I am going to pick that one. And this will allow Bluetooth and allow the device to find it on the local network. It says it'll take about 15 seconds, and it basically immediately connect it right away. See if I can get that to focus for you. And, oh, I guess you got a copy of the screen on the screen anyway. It says it's got a FLIR ONE EDGE. I'm going to hit connect, and it's going to allow me to join it on the network, which is good. Looks like everything is going the way it should be going at this point. Now, my understanding of one of the biggest reasons I bought this one is because it wasn't only a Bluetooth connection, it actually connected through Wi-Fi, allowing me to have some high bandwidth. Wow, and we are up and running just like that. All right, so we got an update, as you can see, from the firmware is available. I'm going to go ahead and do the update. We're going to see how this process goes. And as you can see, it's downloading pretty quick. I am on a Starlink, so I've got pretty good bandwidth here, about 270, 300 megabytes down. Pretty consistent. And it says it's going to take a few minutes for it to do the update, so we will wait for it. But it looked like, with the upgrade on the screen and in the background of the upgrade, it looked like it was already up and running, and I could already see some infrared pieces there. And if that's the case, that would have been a truly incredibly easy installation. And The only thing that's taking longer here is the update is taking longer than the actual installation itself. The app downloaded just like a standard iPhone app. I clicked on it, said yes, authorize it, and it went boom, downloaded it, was there on my desktop. I didn't launch it or anything at that point. So I particularly like the idea that it doesn't ask me to sign in with all kinds of crap, things they don't really have any business having or knowing. Looking at the directions, and that is literally the end of the directions, as you can see here. It basically says to install that, and then it will connect. Turn on the FLIR One's camera, and press and hold the on-off button until the LED turns off, or to turn off the camera. So it's basically guided me through as step 5 says, and then step 6 is how to turn it off. So pretty done. Okay, there we go. Finished. Says it wants to restart my camera before we go forward, so I'm going to say OK. And here it is again saying the device was found. I'm going to say connect. Ask me if I want to join. I'm going to say join, which is the Wi-Fi connection. And it's going to say it's unable to join, which is hopefully not a problem. Now my guess is it just doesn't register that I've been disconnected yet, and that once it times out and comes back online, everything will be okay. Give it a little bit longer here. All right, connection lost, and then we are going to retry. And so it looks like after it did the upgrade, I'm not sure it actually restarted. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just close the app, and then I'm going to relaunch the app. And let's just see what it does here. It started up the first time pretty well. It says it found it. We'll connect. We'll say join. And voila, we are up and running. That was exactly it. All right, so we have a Wi-Fi connection. I'm going to point this at the window. And as you can see, I pointed up there at the lights. Those are LED lights. There's very little power in those. That's amazing. I was pointed at the roof of the RV. As you can see, I've got some hot spots up there. That's interesting. And the back window. And you can see I've got some spots there. So this gives me some things, some pretty easy installation. And I think it is time to say that the installation is successful. I'm going to point this right back at the camera. We will take this outside to the solar system and hook it all back up and start over again, and I'll show you all the wires and stuff within the solar system, and we can work on it and see what's going on with my system. I've never actually investigated it this way. The only thing I've done is the point guns, where you point the gun and pull the trigger and it gives you the temperature. I don't suspect we'll have any problems though. So here we go. We'll see you in just a second. All right, here we are again. I'm going to start the screen again. 3, 2, 1, and there we go. We should have both of them up and running. This is the bay on my RV. The first thing I want to do is I want to look at this battery. You can look over here at the BMS, and you can see that it's warm, but the cables running to and from the battery, you can see them there very clearly. They're nice and cool. I'm going to point down at this one here. This is the main battery coming off of it, and this is the T-fuse here. It's actually cool. The switch is cold, and I'm going to run up all the way, follow these wires up into this. I'm going to see what that is there that's hot. over here in this corner. Let's see. Oh, it's a power supply. A little DC power supply that runs to one of the computers. All right, this is the charge controller from the Victron 15035. You can see it clearly. It's the warmest thing in the over here. I'm going to pull it down below and take a look at the wires leading into it. That's the most important thing. I trust that they'll take care of the inside. I just need to make sure that the outside's right. And here's where all the wires connect. If I can get around that wire there. There we go. None of them are showing any significant heat. The PV's coming in. I do have 40 degrees over there on the far side of it. But nothing, it's all on the Victron, the device itself. I'm going to reach my hand up there and see if I can feel how, oh yeah, you can definitely feel how warm that is. I mean, I'm 37, so if I put it at, I'm not familiar with Celsius, and I haven't attempted to change this yet. I wonder if I can. Settings, units, and Fahrenheit. And we're going to go back. And there we go. Now we'll take a look at this in 105 degrees. Looks like that's about the max there. The wires themselves are all cold. The bus bars, can't even find the bus bar on here. It is so cold. There it is. It's 90 degrees. The hot bus bar down here at the bottom, the negative, is 90 also. I'm going to run over here to the shunt. And the shunt is also sitting at 90. I go down a little bit. You'll see I do have a hot device there running at 100 degrees. Believe it or not, that connects to the Raspberry Pi that's running the Venus system for the Smart Shunt. I have a secondary bus bar after here, and there is nothing in that one that is hot whatsoever. And I'm going to go up here a little bit. I've got this device here, which is just an amp meter. It is running at 96 degrees. It is a 12 volt, or the 48 volt leading to my 12 volt step downs on the other side. We'll get to those. I do have a fuse here. This was originally my hot spot. It was right about here. This heats up. This is where my Victron gets hot when my Victron sensor is connected, and the highest I've ever seen it is at 112 or 119. When I have a whole bunch of amperage running through it, I'll do that. I've got a fan up here that is running right now. My guess is it's because that right there, it's 90 degrees in here, which if I flip over here to the inverter, that is why it's over. When it gets over 92 degrees, this turns on. So that is why we were running over here. Makes sense. I'm going to pull back and take a look at the inverter from a little bit of a distance. This is a 6000 XP, as you can see. Really, the only thing that's warm in there is the actual heat coming in and out. This is the opposite side on the DC side after I've stepped down my 48 volts to 12 volts. It's another Victron energy device for the Orion TR481230 amps. You can see they run at about 100 degrees. And I've got a second one down here, and it looks like it runs a little cooler. And from what I originally saw, this one doesn't get quite the cool that that one gets. And there was no reason to run two of them at the time that I did it, except when I'm running the big devices for leveling and that kind of stuff. I just leave them both on because the idle consumption on those things is almost non-existent. This is my 12 volt wiring. It is interesting. I did see one wire in there that looks a little warm. I want to know what that is. That one right there, running at 90 degrees. It's a big wire. It goes somewhere. I'm going to have to figure out what that actually is. Not quite sure. Oh, I know what that is. That's the main line that runs to the RV for all the internal 12 volt DC stuff. Right now it's claiming it's pulling over 100 amps or 100 watts. through that line, and that's probably why it's there. I'll probably have to crank that up and make sure I don't really have a problem there. But 90 degrees, if I just look over at the basic compartment here, this is a Shelly device that controls the fans, turning them on and off, which you can see I've got a couple of fans over here and the ones that I had over there. So this, we're going to point it at this Shelly device. You can see it is running in the close to 100 degrees, also 103, 105. They seem to run about the same temperature as the Victron, right at 100 degrees. I'm pretty sure that's just a European standard of some kind. That's the right temperature for it. I don't really have anything else over here that could be of any trouble whatsoever. I am going to see if I can move this cover off of this battery and look underneath at all these cells. As you can see, they're all running nice and cool down here. I do have one hot, so that's my hand. I don't have a single thing in here that's hot. This is fantastic news. I do want to do a test here in the next day or two where I'm going to come out here and crank this puppy up to where it is full injection of over 100 amps. I might even use grid power to do it. Or I might just turn everything in the sun on tonight after the sun goes down and see if I can get it to pull that much. But the good news is, it looks like, I'll take you guys, it looks like we are pretty much all good. I don't see anything in here that's causing any problems whatsoever. That's what I suspected. That's what the meter told me. But this is a fantastic little device. I didn't go with the Pro. The Pro version of it is an extra $200, so from $390 to $299 to $499. I had a hard time swallowing that. The resolution is a little bit higher, but as you can see, the resolution on this, I can still see what all the devices are. I can see exactly where the cables are, and I can see where the heat is, and if there's a problem, it's going to stand out, so it shouldn't be a problem to locate it. Get in there and get it fixed. That's what's important. It's not that I'm able to see all the nitty-gritty detail, because I'm not using this professionally as a job for me. I'm using it more for a safety feature. So I am going to call it quits today. I appreciate everyone. If you're a subscriber, thank you. If you're not, smash that button right now. And thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video. And you guys have a good day, and thanks for all the suggestions that got this device to me. I appreciate it.